The new Patriotic Party (NPP) has raised concerns about electoral irregularities in the Dome-Kwabenya constituency, describing the event as a threat to democracy and democracy. According to the NPP parliamentary candidate for Dome-Kwabenya constituency, Honorable Mike Okwe Jr., in an engagement with Nation One TV, stated that the actual voting process was peaceful, but issues arose during the collation of results. The counting at the end of the voting was incident-free. However, things took a turn for the worse when an NDC mob stormed the collation center, snatching and destroying pin sheets and other election materials. The police followed up and retrieved some of the pin sheets after about an hour, the NPP said. The party has condemned the actions of the NDC mob, saying mobocracy cannot replace democracy in Ghana. The NPP has vowed to pursue the matter at all levels, including the High Court of Ghana, to ensure justice is served.
That as part of leadership, I am here with the constituency chairman. The constituency chairman is Robert Osei Bonsu, the constituency first chairman, that is Vice First Chairman Opoku, and all the other executives of the constituency. We are here in peace. We believe that an election should not lead to members of this constituency being attacked, being victimized, or losing a finger. And so, in conjunction with the chairman and the leadership, we decided that no matter what, we will not put a single constituent in harm's way. We are here today to make an official statement for the record as to previous and current state of affairs concerning the 2024 elections in Dome-Kwabenya. The actual voting throughout the constituency was very peaceful. The counting at the end of the voting was incident-free, and all was well at this stage at all polling stations. Agents of the NPP started arriving at the collation center at about 12 midnight, December 8th in the morning. The mere size of the constituency meant that not all our pink sheets were part of the first batch to be collated. When the second batch of our pink sheets arrived at about 2 a.m., we decided to take it straight to the collation center and scan them there to prevent further delays. However, before we started to even scan the sheets, an NDC mob from outside entered the collation center itself, despite the presence of police outside and inside. They rushed and snatched the pink sheets and bolted. The police followed up, and after investigations, they managed to get some of the pink sheets back within an hour. In the meantime, the EC district director proceeded to collate the presidential results in conjunction with party agents from the MPP, NDC, among others. At about 9:30 a.m. on Sunday the 6th, Dr. Baumia, the flag bearer of the MPP, conceded gracefully the presidential elections, and so together with the EC and NDC agents, we all agreed to collate the parliamentary results so that we could finish it early and then round up with the presidential, which was no more in dispute. At about 12 noon on the same Sunday, some EC pink sheets and materials needed for verification of results were in sealed ballot boxes at the EC district office. All agents, whether MPP, NDC, agreed, provided 2 representatives each, 2 representatives of the EC as well, and police escort to go and bring the materials in. As soon as the branded EC vehicle entered the car park towards the collation center, this same NDC mob, by now growing bigger, set upon the car. They broke all the glasses, vandalized the car, pepper sprayed those who were also following it, beat the driver with an open head wound, seized all the EC materials, that is, pink sheets and ballot papers, and burned them. My question, who goes to a collation center just to collate results to be declared with petrol and matches? This is a very serious matter, and criminal for that matter. Now, after this, the police returned calm, increased their numbers, and under the direction of the EC, we all agreed to continue the collation and deal with the missing materials afterwards to attain a fully complete collation. At about 2:30 p.m. on the same Sunday, a first wave of the mob entered the collation center to stop the process. They said if John Mahama has won, then the parliamentary candidate has also won, so the collation should stop. The police managed to overcome them and took them to the ground floor. Then the NDC candidate came down and stood through the sunroof of her husband's car and addressed the mob that she had won the election and that nobody would leave here unless they declare her the winner. This incited the mob, who then rushed into the collation center. The mob, now numbering about 1,000, apart from the 300 who were being held down, started to attack the policemen. The EC officials, sensing danger, started hiding all the documents, and the mob upstairs, as well as those being held downstairs, regrouped and started beating anyone in sight, including EC officials, party officials, and the police themselves were all running for dear life. The mob then proceeded to vandalize the whole collation center, breaking all materials, infrastructure, tables, machines, verification machines, and election material. The police, the EC district director and his staff all fled the center. They even broke the EC director's side window screen on his yellow Toyota as he drove off. He later informed our constituency chairman, who is sitting right next to me here, that he was afraid for his life and that he wanted to assure all parties, he's reporting to us first, that we will continue this at the regional office due to safety challenges, and that he will inform him and by extension the MPP when the time was due. However, around 9 p.m., we saw what seemed to be some activity at the Dome-Kwabenya Collation Center. After making several calls, we found out that the deputy director, without informing the EC director of Dome-Kwabenya, had ordered for the collation to restart. They have my number officially. They did not call me. The chairman was not called. The secretary, who is our official representative at the collation center, was not called. How can the EC verify or dispute any pink sheet or matters of collation with just the NDC present? That is totally illegal. Will the NDC accept it if I go into the collation center alone with the EC without their presence and declare that as a result? What was done was null and void. I was not there. My agents were not there. Even the district director was not there. He was, in fact, not even aware that this was going on. In law, it says, he who commits an illegal act is responsible for all the consequences that flow therefrom. The documents that were to be used for cross-checking have been snatched from the MPP. Later, the documents to be used for cross-checking by the EC have been seized, destroyed, and burnt. These acts prevented the EC at the first instance from looking into the matter. If they knew they had won, they should just do the right thing with all agents present, all pink sheets or blue sheets present, so the results are collated properly. The NDC mob generated illegality by the violence, and they cannot declare elections that were collated in the absence and notice of the MPP. On Monday, 9th December, which was yesterday, at 8 a.m., we were informed by the regional EC to come to the regional office, just as we had been told the day before. Upon arrival with my chairman and the team, we were informed that the declaration in Dome-Kwabenya has been suspended. Recollation of the parliamentary results by the EC will be done in the presence of both parties. In fact, I am sure most of you in the media know this already, but the same exercise which had been declared in Okankwe Central and Ablekuma North for the MPP was also suspended, and the recollation was going on. However, the Dome-Kwabenya NDC said they will refuse to take part, like was being done in the other constituencies, and that they will not take part. Meanwhile, the EC district officer, who is the director, told us he will consult his supervisors and get back to us. Meanwhile, the NDC mob had gathered again to advance on the EC office, but this time the police held them back and they were not able to cause any mayhem until I left the place. I am not sure what happened when I left by 12 noon. In the meantime, EC officials proceeded to announce the Greater Accra presidential results, again excluding the incomplete collation of Ablekuma North then, and also Dome-Kwabenya. In view of this, we are waiting for the final decision of the EC to decide our options to overturn this illegality, which must never be allowed to stand. It is not a good precedent for election practices in Ghana. Mobocracy cannot replace democracy. In conclusion, we say that we know and we believe we've won the election. When you think you have won an election, you submit yourself to the process. The EC will then decide, okay, this overvoting should be put aside, or the one you thought was this is not, so you have lost. If we win, we will rejoice. If we lose, we will commiserate. But we will respect Ghanaians and the rule of law because we want to follow due process. But no one should think that they can usurp democracy and go and count and collate without the presence of the other party. This is against the law. No one on my side should go and fight a fellow Ghanaian brother. We are all Ghanaians. We are one. Let the rules work. That is the will of the people. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for watching Nation One TV. Kindly subscribe for more news updates.